Hey nesters, welcome back to Nesting Haven and welcome back to my birthday thrifting adventure. Today I am taking you along to Thrift with me during my birthday outing. I received a 30% discount to use all day at Goodwill. So I went to 3 different Goodwills in hopes for some great finds and great deals. This is the third store, the third Goodwill that I went to. So if you missed the first 2, I will link them at the end of this video. Be sure to check them out and subscribe so you do not miss the thrift hauls of everything I purchased today. So let's go ahead and get into it and see what they had. This is my favorite store to look at the pictures at. They're very easy to sift through. The smaller store I have a difficult time because they are so squished together. I'm always afraid I'm going to break something. They had a lot of vintage pieces in today. That vintage Last Supper was really nice. It had a light on the top that was included, which was kind of interesting. I hadn't seen that before. I found a couple of these Hummel tin trays. I thought they were really cute. One was a boy, one was a girl, and I believe these might even be lids to a tin. I found something similar to this before in the Korean Ives that, this is actually the lid that goes onto a tin. So that is a possibility. That is where those come from. I don't know what their original intent was, but you definitely could use them for trays. And some people do still like the Hummel stuff. It's not as popular as it once was, but still very cool to see. I love it when I find paintings at Goodwill. I do have a nature-inspired gallery wall going on, so I'm always looking for paintings to add to that, and I thought this one was really nice here. I found this gorgeous silhouette hand-painted ceramic piece, and I almost missed this one, but there was a matching set here, 2 different females on them, but obviously they are a pair. They're the same color and same style, but that was a really neat find. One of them did have a little bit of wear on the nose, and I almost put it back. I was trying to contemplate whether I should get them or not, but ultimately they're just so cool. I definitely grabbed them. I thought the wear on the nose was very minor, and since it was white and the wear is kind of white, I didn't think it was too serious. Normally this Goodwill is pretty full, and this was the emptiest I've ever seen it, and there's a reason for that. This Goodwill, which is my main Goodwill I go to, they are actually renovating for the next month and a half, and this was the last Saturday they were open. So I'm gonna have to find a new thrift store to go to for the next month and a half because my honey hole is going to be missing. So yeah, this was, not as full as usual, but I still found some really cool pieces, and we'll go ahead and look and see what they had on the shelves. I saw this vase on the top shelf, and it had a lid, so I had to set it on the next shelf down to really thoroughly look it over and make sure there was no chipping or anything on it. But I thought it was absolutely stunning. I love the birds on it, and it's a nice vintage piece, so I did pick that up as well. I thought I was going to run up dry on saving a blue-billed goose today, but I did find this set of little baskets, and they're in perfect shape. At the first Thrift Along With Me, I had seen a cup and saucer set. They were damaged. At the second Goodwill, I saw a welcome clock. It was one of those New Haven clocks, but the plastic over the top of the clock was very scratched up, so I passed on that as well. So I was happy I was able to find one of the blue-billed gooses to save. I'm always amazed at the different styles of ceramic molds I find out there. I've never come across this baby and bunnies one before. Unfortunately, I don't know if you guys could tell, but there was a huge slice in it where it had been re-glued at some point, so I decided to put it back. Had it been in good condition, I was definitely going to grab it to resell. This frog here was a newer piece, but there was something about it. I really thought it was quite darling. It had this metal feature on the front of it, which made it look like Prince Charming. You kiss the frog and it becomes Prince Charming, so I thought that was kind of neat. This here, I have no idea what it was. It has a bunch of bees on it. It says, "Give me a buzz." My best guess is it's some kind of a shaver rest. I think you could put like a electric shaver. It looks like there's a place for cord on the bottom. and you could set it in there. So that is my best guess. If you happen to know otherwise what it might be, definitely let me know in the comments. I didn't notice this in the store at the time, but looking at the footage, I wonder if that vase and clock is a set. They look very similar. Imagine if you went shopping and you recorded your experience at the thrift store, then you had to rewatch it later on, and all the things that you are able to see once you're able to just sit back and relax and look around a little bit more. It's amazing what you miss that's just right in front of your face. It happens to me often. I'm usually pretty thorough, but every once in a while I do see something that I want to reach out into the video and grab. I'm like, no, why didn't I get that? I was looking at this bird set there, and then up here I found a Care Bear ceramic piece. I have one of these in the Lucky Bear, so I was happy to see another. I'm not sure how many exist out there. If there's a full set, they are hand-painted pieces, so it'll be interesting if I come across any more of those. And in the back, I saw this plate. I was curious what it was, and it made me laugh because it was my birthday and it was a happy birthday plate. It was kind of cute, but it's not really something I would want for my birthday. I'm not sure if anyone really would. It's kind of a weird gift, I think. I really thought this little animal, I don't know if it's like a soap dish perhaps, was really cute. A little bit on the newer side, however. And this little jar or bowl, I guess, was really nicely painted as well, but again, it was more on the newer side. I love when I just look and scan the shelves and then you have that moment where you're like this and you have to like reach over and grab it really quickly because you're so excited of what you have found. I love picking up these ceramic pieces. You guys know that watch my channel, and I found two of them. They are nature themed, which are great. I have a couple of these that are similar. I really like this one with the foxes. It is a bit more muted, and I just really like the colors to it. So those are a couple cool finds. Because I do thrift so much, it's almost weird to me when I go to a regular store and they have multiples of everything all lined up neatly for you. It's kind of a weird phenomena for me these days. I really like to pick up state souvenir, where this was a nice Florida piece, but it was really rusty. You can see there's a big chunk of rust up there, and then throughout the state there was some wear to it. I really wanted to get it, but I don't know. Sometimes the damage is not worth picking up. This is treasure hunting at its finest, trying to move things around that are buried in the back, trying to look for the great items. I thought this was really neat. The Married Just 25 Years, I had a beautiful painting on it, and they're only asking $1 for it. So I don't think I will ever not be drawn to florals. It's one of those things that sticks out to me like a sore thumb. I can always spy it in a lot of things. I was confused by the backing on this. It has the hook that you could put onto the wall, but then it also had this metal thing where it looked like it would be a stand, but I couldn't quite figure out how to pull it out. So I don't know if it's stuck like that and it's just an extra hanging mechanism, or if it actually does pull out so you can put it on a stand. I was excited to see more of these Hearthside mugs, these floral ones here. I think they had 6 of them. There were a few damaged. I can't remember how many I picked up, but I do know I picked up a few. I absolutely love those Japanese stoneware mugs and plates and stuff like that, and they're super good quality, and I love florals, so of course I'm gonna be a fan. This is one of those Tupperware shakers. I believe they're probably used for mixing protein drinks or something along that line. So that was kind of neat to see. Like I said in another video, a lot of times I see the Tupperware, they are kind of scratched up, which I'm eerie of on plastics. I don't pick them up unless they're in perfect condition. This was the Saturday before Christmas, so they still had lots of Christmas out on display. And of course, I mainly only get the vintage Christmas items. This pink pedestal dish, I don't believe it was super old. It seemed like a modern piece, but it was kind of nice. It had this really cool frosted look to it. They had this holly and berry sugar and creamer set in the box. It's always nice when you can find things in their original packaging. It helps you determine what brand it is and things like that, especially if they're not marked. But it is a newer piece. There's a lot of holly and berry stuff out there that are worth far more than that. And the market on eBay is quite flooded with that particular style of creamer and sugars, so I opted not to pick it up, especially where it was late in the Christmas season and I just didn't really feel like storing it. I don't think anyone is going to be interested in it for quite some time, so. I found a couple of pie plates, vintage pie plates. I do like to pick these up if they are in good condition. This one here had some nice sentiment to it. I've never come across this particular one. Usually I come across the ones that have the recipes on it, which are my favorite. But there was something about this. It's pretty endearing and it's a nice little piece. It would make for a nice gift around Mother's Day time as well. The next one was a cherry pie plate. These are the ones I like with the recipes on it. I have a collection myself, and if they're in good condition, like I said, I do have a hard time passing them up. Now, they don't sell for a ton of money, but you can get them for a good price. You could definitely make a profit on them. You probably can get about $25 to $28, and that's with shipping included in the price. They had this 3-divided dish up on the top. It had this beautiful cross-stitch design to the interior. I thought it was really nice. And there might have been damage to it. I'm not sure why I put it back on the top shelf. I really thought it was quite lovely. These here are Old Town Blue mugs. They are Pyrex Corel compatibles. I believe these ones here might even be Pyrex. I'm not sure. They make a variety of them, so in different designs. This is a more unusual design mug though. I like the looks to this blue pottery piece, but it seemed to be just a little bit too new, a little bit too manufactured, so I opted not to get it. This here, it looks super old. It could be one of those items that are fake old, but I don't think so. I think it is legitimately old. I don't know what kind of style people that decorate with, where it would fit in. It's very unusual, but yeah, it was kind of neat. This here, I think, is a hazel atlas jar. I didn't have the HA on the bottom, but it had this weird little mark. If you guys notice, it's like a circle mark on the side. So that's why I opted to leave it behind. It just had that weird flaw to it. Otherwise, I would have picked that up. I found this really cool ceramic piece. It has Lock Haven on it. Anything with Haven on it, I just gravitate towards, obviously because of my channel name here, Nesting Haven. So I thought that was kind of neat to see, and the lock has a special meaning to me as well, so that was kind of a nice find. I really liked this yellow cake stand. You don't see the cake stands in bright colors too often, especially in that adorable little size, so very cool to see that out here. This is a nice little geranium tray. It almost looks like a microwave dish. You see those little divots on the bottom. I don't know if you could put that in the microwave, but I'm not sure why they had the little divots on the bottom. They had this gorgeous bowl on the bottom shelf here, super heavy. It is a modern piece, but it said it's not intended for food use. It's decorative only, and I couldn't imagine what I would use a bowl of that size for to, you know, I would just put fruit in it or something, right? But if you can't put food in it, I don't know. I don't know what would you guys put in such a large bowl that wasn't, food? I just can't imagine it. I found this platter on the bottom shelf with such an unusual design to it. Have you guys ever seen anything like that? They just have the design in the center. Normally it'd be around the border, right? I thought that was really interesting. I don't know if it was a mess up. It was not marked, but it was just, I've never seen anything like that before. To put the ribbon garland right in dead center, like four of them. It's just kind of weird, but I don't know. It's unusual, so someone probably likes it. This thrift store is 2 times the size as the other two I went to, so I am breaking this one up into 2 videos. So there is just one more video left in this birthday Thrift Along With Me series. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss it, and then of course I will be doing a bunch of thrift hauls to go along with these videos of everything that I have purchased on this day for the 30% off birthday discount. So I hope you guys have enjoyed, and thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you in tomorrow's video. Bye!